Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So yeah, whenever you see me film in PJ like this, you just know that nothing anyway. But yeah, so in this video I will be talking about, I don't know, for the first time I don't know how to structure this entire video. But anyways, in this video I'm talking about my transition phase, and you can tell from my voice I'm really tense. Like at this point I'm tense, I'm confused. I am just like, God, take the wheel, Jesus, take the wheel. Because so, as you all know, if you've been following me, this is the year I finished my master's program. By May I should submit my dissertation, and by June, I like on my term time it says my program ends in June. So by June I know I'm officially not a student, and then by July graduation. So by June basically I can work full time, I can no longer be called a student, that kind of thing. So officially I've started job hunting for full-time roles, most likely 100% or at least 80% in my field. Okay, so there comes a time in a woman's life where, yeah, the whole student jobs, you're doing agency jobs, those things are good, cool to put money in your pocket. But there comes a time in your life when you need more stability. Okay, so a permanent job gives you that stability to pay your bills. Like, that when you wake up every day, this is where you are going to. You don't have to do like the whole rotating, one day you're here, the other day you're there. It gives you stability in the sense that you can plan your finances. You know that this is what I earn in a month. You basically plan your life. Okay, so I'm in that phase of my life where I have to start job hunting or hunting for these permanent jobs. Okay, and like I said, this is a transition phase for me. At this point I'm still confused, at this point I'm still tense, at this point I'm still like, God, how is this going to be? When would I get the job? Would I get the job? What kind of job would it be? Would I have to move cities? Everything is just rumbling in my head. And I just hope that God finds the best one for me. Okay, so in this video, basically, I'm just going to share some of the things I am doing to land a permanent job. So this video is not just me. I don't know. I'm not teaching. I'm not preaching. I'm not tutoring. What's the word? But basically, this is just me telling you what I'm doing to land myself a job, a permanent job, emphasis on permanent job. And then, of course, if you have any suggestions for me, especially people that have been in the country for a few years, you already have a permanent job, how you went about it, you can also share. Because not just for me, this tip will be helpful, not just for me, but for other students like me who are going to transition from being a student to working full time as a getting a proper graduate job. Okay, so yeah, here are some few things I am doing to land myself my dream job, hopefully. Okay, so the very first thing I am doing is I am not just submitting CV. So first of all, I have a CV template, and whenever I see a job I try to modify my CV to suit the job description. Like I said, I have a CV template. There are certain things that do not change in that template. For instance, my skills, some of my proficiencies, they are kind of permanent. Sometimes I might change, add some things, remove some things depending on the relevance of that skill to the job advertised. But I have a template. And things like my educational qualifications, of course, some of my qualifications, experiences also do not change. But for certain jobs I have to take out some experiences and replace it with others, just so that it matches the job description. Okay, so I have a template. I'm not just sending one CV across multiple jobs, no. So I edit it, modify it, I keep for every single job I apply to, unless they are like identical. That's when I can use one CV for two, you get. So another thing I am doing to land my dream job, my big girl corporate job, my corporate girl big job, no, my big girl corporate job, is that I always write a cover letter. So in the past, while I was mass applying for jobs, when you come to the UK, you're just applying everywhere. I wasn't taking cover letter seriously unless they explicitly ask for it. Unless some jobs, in some jobs they'll tell you submit a cover letter and it's compulsory. That's the only time I submit a cover letter. But this time around, I am writing a cover letter for every single application I do. So even if I make 5 applications tonight, for instance, after this video, I'm going back to job application. So by the time you're seeing this video, I most likely have done up to 30 applications when you are seeing this video, because I'm actually filming this video on the 1st of March. And before I sat down here to make this video, I had done at least 5 applications thereabout. Okay, so yeah, I'm writing a cover letter, and I am not writing them from scratch. In case some people will be asking, but it's time consuming. Of course, it's time consuming to have to craft a cover letter for every single application. So I am using ChatGPT, I'm using AI to craft this cover letter. So this is what I do, okay? So there's a job description, then there is my experiences. So what I do is I copy this job description, I paste it on ChatGPT, and then I include my experiences. I tell ChatGPT, these are my experiences in the fields I've worked in. For instance, I have experience in this, in so and so industry. I outline all of my relevant experiences, and I tell ChatGPT to craft a compelling cover letter that suits this job description and how I am most suitable for this job, okay? So ChatGPT does this job and brings out the result, and I have to edit it in my own voice, just like I'll talk naturally, okay? There are certain words I wouldn't use either in conversations or in writing, so I have to replace some of those words on the cover letter that was already printed out and already produced by ChatGPT. And of course, I make it not to be too long, because of course there are multiple applications and they can't go over 1,001 words. Okay, so it's just between 200 to 300 words, and I do not use the free version of ChatGPT. So if you are going to do any form of editing or anything, do not use the free version, because the free version will give you basic words, generic words. Everything is just, on the surface. Someone reading it will just know that this is generated by AI. Okay, so I use the paid version, the 5 ChatGPT 5. So I have my school's version. I use my school's this thing, or sometimes I use my normal ChatGPT. I do subscription for and all of that. Okay, so this also kind of, I feel like it boosts my, instead of just sending a CV, a cover letter that maybe can convince them. Well, I can't gauge the results of that yet, because I just started applying. I've not even received my first, unfortunately. Thank God. So this is March, and by God's grace, even if I receive, unfortunately, for the whole of March, April, maybe May, God will say, yeah, with my daughter this time. But I've not received my first, unfortunately. But yeah, of course, I know that's going to happen anyways. But until then, let's bask in the euphoria that it's going to work. So the second thing I am doing to land my dream job is I edit my CV to include the company's name. So if I'm applying on Indeed, on Indeed, once you've done its first application, they have a CV. Your CV is automatically saved. So when you are doing the second application, you are tempted to use that same CV. And also, what I do is I edit the title of my CV to include the company's name. So I do Udochi Omike dash the company's name. So if it's Nestle, for instance, Udochi Omike dash Nestle PLC, you get. So I always include the company. This gives them some sort of personalization for them to know that you're not just submitting generic CVs. Okay, so I tell you that this particular CV was carefully crafted for this brand or this company. So I am very deliberate about that. I do not just say Udochi Omike CV, Udochi Omike forward not forward slash dash the company's name. I could say Udochi Omike CV dash that company's name. Okay, so to give them that sort of personalization, when you're talking to someone and you can call them by name, they feel like, oh, this person knows me. Okay, that's what I feel. And I did not read it anywhere, I did not get this idea anywhere. I just feel in my head that this form of personalization, when you address people by their names and all, gives them a sense of belonging, and they might want to pay attention and listen to you. The third thing I do is I apply to literally not all kinds of jobs, but both the jobs I like and the jobs I do not like. Yes, I get it. Most times we are doing jobs we do not like, but what do they say? Half bread is better than none. And you could stay in one industry that you do not like that much, and of course transition into a better industry. So in case you don't know, I studied public relations and strategic communication. So I'm applying to jobs in PR. I'm applying to communication jobs, marketing jobs, social media management kind of jobs. I'm also applying to roles like customer service. And to be very honest, I do not like customer service as much, especially the ones that I have to speak to people physically. So my dream job is a job where I don't have to interface with people, to be honest. I have good interpersonal skills, but you see this thing that my job is to speak to different people, different customers in a day. It freaks me out. Like, I had really a terrible experience working as a customer care representative or experience center agent in Nigeria. So it's so frustrating, it's so depressing. That job almost took my life. And as much as I don't like customer service roles, because I have to interface with customers physically every single day, I apply to those jobs. Okay, so because, like I said, it could be a transition. You could transition from those roles to a better role or a role you like more. Okay, so instead of just waiting for that dream role, you can just apply here, apply there. But if I'm asked to choose, I would not want to do anything in customer service, customer relationship. The only thing I want to do is most likely CRM, customer support, where I have to do it from the back end, respond to emails, chat support, those kind of things. I can function well because I don't have to speak to you face to face, because even when I meet a very difficult person, as long as we are chatting or sending emails, it's cool. It's cool. Like, if you like insult me, if you like be rude, if you like be, as long as I'm not meeting you face to face, it's cool. Like, I feel they squeeze the face. I feel they squeeze my face. They respond professionally. You get, but when you are face to face and you are maybe verbally abusive, you are rude. My countenance can just change, and I'm just like, you get. So I don't like those kind of rules. I like more like, I like back end rules where I'm just doing my thing behind the scenes and I don't have to interface. If possible, I don't even want to have to interface with my colleagues. But yeah, that one same day I can interface with them. But yeah, so I'm applying to both jobs I like and the ones I don't like. The ones I'm not too, I'm still applying to them. Okay, so yeah, so just to increase my chances. Okay, the fourth thing, I think fourth or fifth, the fourth thing I am doing is that I'm applying to jobs across the UK. So as you know, I live in Leeds and I'm not limiting myself to jobs in Leeds. There are so many jobs in Leeds, I must say. All of the jobs I applied to today are in Leeds. So there's so many opportunities here in Leeds, but then I am expanding my search to other cities. I'm expanding to Scotland, to Manchester, Sheffield, London, everywhere, just to increase my chances. Okay, as you know, the reason I am in Leeds is because of course, I'm studying, and of course, after studying, there's no point restricting yourself to one city. You should like expand your experiences, travel to other cities and all. So if I get a job outside Leeds, of course I'm going to leave. Okay, so I'm not restricting myself to Leeds alone. So I am expanding my search to different cities just to increase my chances. The sixth thing I am doing to land a permanent job is, as much as this one is really controversial, but yeah, I have to say I'm not focusing on getting a visa sponsorship yet. Yes, because if it happens, definitely it will happen. But now my full interest is not in I need a job that will sponsor me. So if I get a job now that says they can't offer me sponsorship, it's fine. I'll just stay there. While I'm there, I'll now start hunting for a job that can offer me sponsorship. The reason I'm saying this is that if I'm keen on standing, like I need a job that offers me sponsorship at this point, it might be impossible. Actually, God can do anything. It's actually possible, but then you need something first. You need to stay somewhere first. You need to be financially stable at first to start chasing other things, right? So my focus, as much as I need visa sponsorship, as much as it's important to for my stay here, it's not my focus yet, because I have 2 years on my post study, and of course 2 years can come and go like a thief in the night. But then, like I said, I'm currently applying to permanent jobs, and my focus 100% is not on a visa sponsored job. Yeah, if it comes, yes, good and fine, but yeah, that is not my focus. Okay, the last and final thing is I am consistent. I will be consistent. Like I said, it's just the first day. I will not say I am, like, you get. So I am consistent. Every single day I must drop an application. Every single day, no single day, no matter how tired I am. So if I come back home and I'm really tired, I still have to drop an application regardless. So I have dissertation I'm writing. I come back late most of the time. I have work I'm going to. I'm currently house hunting. I'm doing everything at once. But I have to apply, because time, they say, wait for no one. It will just, we're already in June. I mean, like, so yeah, I will be consistent, because to be honest, I don't know. I've been locked in for 2 weeks now or not. Yeah, I've not shared my locked in journey anyways, but I don't think it's really that serious. But I've consistently planned my week, consistently planned my day, and have been following through. Like me, where they very lazy, me, where sabi procrastinate, I have been following through. So every single day, like for this week, I have targets for this week. I've outlined a couple of things I want to achieve this week, and by the grace of God, I will. So God has been helping me hit these milestones small. For someone like me that procrastinates a lot, for someone like me that when I come back tired, I really just want to sleep. But even when I come back tired, I still take. One time my flatmate found me, I was taking coffee at night. Like I came back, I was really tired, and he's like, "Why are you taking coffee by this time? You don't want to sleep?" I say, sleep. Like sleep is luxury for me now, because the too many things I have in my head is just, like I said, this is a transition phase, and I pray to God honestly that I can't wait for this phase to just come. Let it get to the time where I have a permanent job. I know that every single day I'm going to this place and I'm coming back. The pay is better, the condition of service is better, everything is just better. I honestly cannot wait for that. time. Yeah, anyways, guys, so this is me just sharing my present situation. Like, I don't know what's it called. Sharing my condition. It's not a condition. Sharing my what's the word now? My vulnerability, or sharing, hey God, my life as it is now. I don't know how to say it, but anyways, this is me just sharing my life as it is now. Put me in your prayers, encourage me. I don't know. Yeah, just put me in your prayers, encourage me. I hope things really get better, and I don't want to keep hopping from one job to the other for a long time. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you have not liked and subscribed, if you have not subscribed to my channel, you're not helping matters. Help my life. Help me by subscribing and liking this video, okay? So that YouTube can push it to more audiences and I can hit my target of 50,000. And again, in the midst of all of these things, I still want to hit my target of 50,000 subscribers this year. The first quarter, this is the last month in the first quarter of the year, and I haven't gotten up to 7,000 subscribers. I'm still hopeful. I'm not losing. Until the very last day of this year, I'm still hopeful that I will hit that target. But yeah, so thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and I'll try to bring updates on my job applications. It may not be like back to back, but maybe after some weeks, maybe when I've done some interviews, when I've received some unfortunately emails or feedback, whatever, I'll give you guys updates, okay? So fingers crossed we're getting a permanent job soon. Fingers crossed our lives will get better. Okay, so thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.